show. It's Ella Lacey again, Miss E.A. Lacey, Ella. And I want to welcome y'all to tonight's show. Welcome to Want to Know Wednesday. Now, if you haven't noticed, I'm breaking everything down so that we can spend every night with each other, Monday through Friday, hanging out, talking about stuff. And tonight is Want to Know Wednesday. And Want to Know Wednesday, we'll discuss questions that people send in, or I'll have people who are giving information in response to things that you, the people, want to know about. And we're going to start off with the news. I didn't forget about that. And this is, of course, what the people want to know. And first, I want to tell you about the North versus the South. No, I'm not talking about America. I'm talking about North and South Korea, who are currently engaged in a sibling rivalry to the 22nd power. Primarily, they're fighting over the peninsula that divides them. Now, in 1953, at the close of the Korean War, the American-led UN drew a line that is the western sea border. And this line is a constant source of tension between the two. It's kind of like they share a bedroom. Mom drew a line down the middle of the room. Now, NK insists that the line should be moved further south. So NK is like, my side of the room is too small. The U.S. got in the middle of their business, as we are always wont to do, and the Korean War ended in a truce, not a peace treaty. So technically, the peninsula never left a state of war. So fast forward to today, literally, NK fired dozens of artillery shells towards the sea border. SK, refusing to be punked, fired back immediately with like 100 warning shots. Now, no casualties or damages were reported. In the meantime, SK and the U.S. are still trying to get NK to agree to completely disarm their nuclear weapons. NK is pretty much responding like you would if you too had nuclear weapons. Make me. We'll have to keep watching to see how this plays out, and hopefully it won't. The iPad. Now, the blatantly Republic Apple Incorporated unveiled their new tablet-styled, oversized iPod. They're calling it an iPad. Steve Jobs, Apple's CEO, claims this completely unnecessary piece of equipment is so much more intimate than a laptop and so much more capable than a smartphone. Now, it is amazing to me how pissed off people are with President Obama that nobody has a job, but nobody's giving Apple a sideways glance for creating a product that's an exploitation on people's pocketbooks. Analysts were expecting a price tag of $1,000, but thankfully the iPointless will have a starting price tag of only $499. Of course, if you want the 3G version, that one ranges from $629 to $829 plus tax. Now, I'm no mathematician, but $829 plus tax sounds suspiciously like $1,000 to me. Also, would you like to know what Apple has done to help the relief efforts in Haiti? They agreed not to take a profit on the sale of songs from the Hope for Haiti Now album. Of course, no one selling the album gets to pocket a profit, so there's no need to rah-rah about that. We're going to keep our fist pumped to ourselves. They do have a link for you to donate on their site, though. Now, if that's not generous, I don't know what is. And finally, Toyota recalled 2.3 million vehicles last week. Earlier today, they added another 1.1 million of its cars and trucks to that total. And then November of last year, they said they were going to recall 4 million vehicles. Again, I am not a mathematician, but that sounds like 6.4 million vehicles. Now, the recall involves the 2009 and 2010 model year Corolla, Venza, and the Matrix. And then it's also the 2008 to 2010 Highlander. And it includes the 2009 and 2010 Pontiac Vibes, because at the time Toyota and GM were operating a plant together in California. Now, the safety risks are related to the accelerator pedal, and it may or may not be faulty. So it's the accelerator pedal. Do us all a favor, take your car to a dealership. To Toyota, I would like to say that you are not doing much for the foreign car image in America. To America, I would like to say that if that many of you guys are buying brand spanking new Toyotas, maybe you shouldn't complain so much about the domestic economy. And that's all for What the People Want to Know today, or tonight rather, January 27th, 210. Now, our interview today is from Dr. Goodwin of the Numa Institute, and I asked her to come on the show and talk a little bit about the difference between organizations and foundations. Marie from Haiti, a different Marie from last week, she wants to know where she should send her donations. And I know that it can get kind of confusing, especially when, in a time of crises, there's groups popping up all over the place. So, Dr. Goodwin's going to give us some info. And hi, Dr. Goodwin. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Linda Goodwin. I am the founder of the Numa Institute. And the purpose of Numa Institute is to provide educational services to students who are considered at risk. And at risk means those students who are overage, undercredited, um, at risk of dropping out of school or failing in their current academic settings and in their current academic courses. Um,
Okay, good. We're glad to have you. So, I also want to know, can you just tell us the difference between a foundation and an organization?
They're both non-for-profit organizations. They're both 501c3 organizations. But a private family foundation is funded by family members, and those family members, they don't provide services, but they become a grant-making institution, and they're able to provide grants to other organizations who do provide services. Those other organizations do have to be tax exempt and also 501c3s. It's considered a private foundation versus a 501c3 that is a public charity. And a public charity, you're able to fundraise and provide services to other organizations who have a cause, and normally that cause is or purpose is really aligned with your cause and purpose for your foundation. And so you're looking at matching maybe two visions, if you will. um, Again, a private family foundation is a grant making foundation, and that foundation is formed of family members, and the foundation is actually funded by the family members. However, as opposed to a public charity, which is a 501c3 organization that provides services. I hope I made that.
Okay, thank you. Now, finally, what are you doing for the people currently? And then what can the people do for you?
What is Numa Institute currently doing for the people? Well, right now, Numa Institute is currently providing educational services for students who are either incarcerated, and upon being released, they are in need of an educational program. We are also looking to provide services to students in inner city communities who are at risk of academic failure. And so, what can the people do for Numa Institute? Um, when you say the people, I would think governmental organizations. Numa Institute is in need of grants to continue to provide these services. They're also in need of volunteers who are committed to assisting children in getting their lives on track and to providing families with resources and services that will assist their kids in staying on the right pathway or the pathway to graduation.
Okay, well, that is our show. So, of course, as always, leave comments. Let me know what works, what doesn't. Subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends about the show. Let everyone you know. And also, as you know, tonight was the State of the Union here in the United States, and President Barack Obama addressed his adoring public. And we will talk about that on the show tomorrow. As well as tomorrow is Think About Haiti Thursday, and I'll be giving you updates and information on the situation in Haiti. So until next time, love, peace, and art. Ella.